Would Gojo win in a fight against a maximum potential 10 shadows user? So a max potential 10 shadows user would have a perfect domain, Chimera Shadow Garden, and all of the Shikigami conquered, including, of course, Maharaga. And Gojo, as he stands, has, the six eyes, a very, very good and refined domain, unlimited void, hollow purple, blue, red, the whole spiel. The biggest issue for Gojo here is obviously Maharaga. When Sukuna summoned Maharaga, that pretty much changed the course of that fight. Pretty immediately, Maharaga immediately became Sukuna's primary weapon when he beat Gojo. Gojo did lose the battle against Sukuna with the Ten Shadows technique. Would he lose the battle against a normal Ten Shadows user? The difference being, Sukuna could use Malevolent Shrine while also using the Ten Shadows technique, whereas a normal Ten Shadows user would not have Malevolent Shrine, but they would have Chimera Shadow Garden, or just another. So what we essentially have to determine is that if a maximum potential 10 shadows user went up against Gojo, would they be able to perform better than Sukuna did? Which means would they have more cursed energy, a better IQ, a stronger domain, and better hand-to-hand skills? Now, we kind of have to give it to a maximum potential 10 shadows user because of the phrase maximum potential. Maximum potential means as good as they're ever going to be, which means that they could supersede Sukuna in all the ways that made Sukuna great while also having all of the benefits of the 10 shadows. What I mean by this is that Gojo, for example, beat Sukuna in hand-to-hand combat. So Gojo's hand-to-hand skills were better than Sukuna's. But if we're going up against someone who is maximum potential, then their hand-to-hand skills are essentially going to be as good as they ever can be in the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, which means they are the best. So a maximum potential 10 shadows user would have the best hand-to-hand skills, the best domain refinement, the best use of their technique, and really the only thing that would be holding them back would be cursed energy, because that's not something that you can earn, that's something you're born with. And since a few people, such as Yuta and Sukuna, have more cursed energy than Gojo, there is a decent chance that they would beat him in cursed energy. But since Gojo has the six eyes, that's not really an important argument. However, because that's the only thing that the Ten Shadows user would not be able to instantly get just being in their maximum potential, I think the Ten Shadows user would beat Gojo. However, I don't think that any Ten Shadows user could ever be born or exist that could beat Gojo. Gojo is such an anomaly that I don't think it would ever happen. And the only reason that Sukuna with the 10 Shadows beat him was because he also had his Shrine technique, which means that Sukuna is not an example of a maximum potential 10 Shadows user. So a truly maximum potential 10 Shadows user would beat Gojo in a fight, but a maximum potential 10 Shadows user that could beat Gojo would never exist.